Guys, so I've been neglecting my poor doll's house so much just because I have been obsessed with Halloween shopping. So today I thought, you know what? No more. I'm not going to leave this untouched for any longer. I need to go in and finish decorating these last two rooms. They are the only ones that aren't decorated anymore in the house, like on the walls and the floor I mean, and it's starting to bug me. I did say I'm going to decorate everything first and then start adding the furniture and then start adding the Halloween decorations. It didn't happen. So today I'm going to be focusing on doing the wallpaper and also the flooring. I think I'm going to put a carpet in this one and a wooden floor in this one, but as you can see, the kitchen and this side are all done. Everything's a little bit like had an earthquake because my little doll's house is on wheels and I wheeled it into our office just because the spare room was being used, so it went into my room, and then it got too cramped in my room, so I took it back in the spare room, and the spare room was being used again, so I've brought it into my office. So I'm going to be doing it down here. Hopefully the lighting's going to be okay. As with all my other wallpapering, flooring videos, I probably won't be filming the process of me actually putting it in there because it is relatively slow and long and boring, and all you can probably see is the back of my arms doing this, but all I do is I measure up like big strips of paper to go around the outside, and I use PVA glue and stick it on, and the carpet I literally just measure how big the room is and cut it out of a piece of felt and glue it down. But I'll keep you updated throughout the whole process. I haven't really got anything new in my doll's house since last time I showed you, but actually I've put a few bits of bunting and things around, but I'm really pleased with how it's turning out, and I do just want to start doing those finer details. I did get some really nice like tinsel-y stuff to go in there, and things like wrap around the stair banisters. So yeah, I think it's about time I start decorating. So first I'm going to take everything out of this room and I'm going to work on this room first. And then, or maybe I'll work on the bottom room first, just because the lower down it goes, the more it hurts my back to do it. So I think I'm going to do the low one first while my back is nice and rested. And then I'll come back and do this one. So now I need to take everything out, and then hopefully I can put it all back in later and remember exactly where it went. Oh my goodness, am I going to be able to just take this out without ruining it? Look at that. She says she's about to probably drop it. Come on. Guys, wow, that was such an achievement. I was able to get it onto this thing without even knocking down the food things. So I do actually have like a wood effect wallpapery stuff that I got from B&Q, I think it was. I took like a wallpaper sample and it had this wood effect, so I'm going to try putting that in the bottom of here and see what it looks like, and then I will have a little look on the internet to see if I can find some wallpaper. Okay, so I added the wooden floor. It was really quick to add. Now this was like a weird wallpaper that had like writing all over it. I think it was meant to be like for a massive kind of kitchen wall, maybe, with loads of like, it was kind of an illusion that loads of boxes had been stacked on top of each other. So you can kind of see there's like a box there with a handle and another box with like a, well, I say a handle, like a slot for putting your hand in. So I kind of cut out the only plain box, which is like this one, and then it did have that one which has a little bit of writing. But I figured once, oh, I don't know what that bit of paper is. Once I put the rug in, it will kind of like cover up a lot of it anyway. I could like put it that way and it would like cover up everything. But I figured once I've kind of got the rug in like that, and then just like, you know, added the furniture into the sides, it will sort of like cover up the writing a little bit, if that makes sense. And it won't look so obvious. I know there's going to be these like black things on the floor. Eventually I do want to put like a fireplace coming out, and I could put like another little rug or something, so I don't think it's going to look too obvious. And also kind of the main thing you see when you look in is just these like bits of wood here, so it does sort of look like it is a boarded wooden floor, so I'm really pleased with that. It is quite dark. I've got like a lamp here just kind of shining straight in, especially as well since like the room next door is so light and bright. So I'm gonna maybe do a, I don't know if I should make this like a fully dark room, like if I should do a dark wallpaper to kind of go with the darkness of it. But I am gonna like hopefully paint these like chairs and stuff black, sort of the same sort of matte paint that I use for the door, and I don't want it to blend in too much. So maybe I could make it a very orangey toned room. I really love how like this room turned out. I think the tones of it are really, really pretty, like with the purple and the orange. So I think since that's brown, I could just go for really autumnal colours. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll go for like orangey colours. I did also realise I forgot to show you this. Now the bathroom again is a complete mess, just from moving things around. But I did put some little pumpkin, it was just literally washi tape, which I got from Kristen in her like little gift box that she sent me. But I put that tape around the toilet and around the bath as well, so there's now little pumpkins on there. And if I grab this out, I did put like a little one on the mirror as well, so that the mirror matches. So I was really pleased with how these turned out. I didn't want to paint the enamel because I really like the white enamel. I know it's not really like dark and spooky, but I liked the white enamel, and I felt like it would be a shame to spend so much on buying white enamel and then basically waste it by painting it black. So I found this washi tape which has like a see-through sort of white background, and I put it around the little bits, and I think it works really nicely. It just kind of gives these bathroom pieces a bit more of a spooky look. So I'm going to have a look on the laptop now and see if I can find any kind of orangey toned wallpaper. I'm thinking maybe I'll look for ones with some like autumn leaves or something. Make this a super like orangey warm toned room. And actually the lights which I've got to go in all of these rooms, I've actually got the electric lights now to kind of put on the ceilings. They are all orange, so that will work really nicely as well. So I found this design online. I just found it on Pinterest. It was like a free download. It was actually in like a tiny strip, so I just repeated it across the A4 sheet. So I'm printing out 4 of those, and I'm planning to put it round. I know I said I wanted autumn leaves, and there are tiny autumn leaves like dotted throughout this one, but I did look at like one that was just fully autumn leaves, and it was a little bit too, I'm gonna say busy. I know this is like super busy as it is, but it was like too much of the same colour busy, if that makes sense. At least with this, you've got like loads of different tones. You've got like blues and blacks and oranges, and then you've got like the dark blue behind. I think as well this would give that dark tone that I wanted, but the oranges from the pumpkins and the little witches' hats and also the different leaves are gonna make it a bit brighter. So the printer has just printed out another sheet for me, so I'm going to use a guillotine just to cut these white edges off, and then I'm going to start gluing them in. I've done the wallpaper. This is how the room looks. It goes all the way around the door as well. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I definitely was like slightly worried that the wallpaper, the print was going to be like slightly too small compared to like the really large like floorboard bit. But actually I think it worked quite well. To give you an idea of what it looks like sort of with the rest of the house, this is how it kind of translates. I think it looks really good in there. It's definitely got that kind of warm feel, but at the same time those like little blue bats are definitely giving it kind of slightly cooler colours as well. But I think it's kind of lit up the room in an odd way. So I do need to put the stairs down the back. There are 3 flights of stairs, so there's that one and there's also this one here. As you can see, this one's painted black, but the rest of them haven't. So I haven't painted the one on this level or the one for this level, and actually the one for this level is still in the process of being glued together because a few of the bits fell off. So I think I'm going to put the things back in the room now. Hopefully you don't mind the camera being slightly wobbly, but I had to take it off the tripod just because it was driving me insane trying to like get the correct angle to show you what the actual room looked like. I am super pleased with how it turned out. I think it works very well with the kind of theme that I was going for. So I'm just going to put everything back in now if I can find everything. So yeah, definitely it is quite tricky with the wallpaper because you don't really know how everything's gonna look once it's in there, whether or not it's gonna clash. So I guess using a wallpaper which has quite a few different colours will probably work to my advantage. I'm trying to remember where I put everything before I took it all out. So I've got the table, which I did really well at not knocking over anything, and then knocked it all over a minute ago. So should I have the table this way around or that way around? I think I'll put it that way. I know all the things are knocked over on the table with the finer details, I'm not too worried today, just because I just kind of want to get everything decorated, and then once it's decorated I can go back and add stuff in. I think once I actually have painted the table, I probably will glue the stuff back on. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? Because I'm really fed up of things moving every time I like move my doll's house. And if you look at this, like the fireplace I made and stuff like that, when I move my doll's house around, it doesn't affect it at all because everything's sort of glued in place. My only sort of fear when it comes to gluing stuff is that I will then decide to use something different, or I'll get something new, and I'll be a bit stuffed. So I can't decide what I'm gonna do. Can't decide if I should just glue it and then I don't have to worry about it all falling over, or if that's a really bad idea and I will come to regret it. But there you go. And there's going to be a fireplace that goes there, which is broken. I need to glue it together, but the fireplace will go on the side. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the room. Had this random, I don't even know where this came from, I just put it on the floor. This is how the room looks with everything in. I'm not sure if the red tones of the furniture really go with it, but whatever, it's going to be a bit mixed matched anyway. I'm going to be painting the table chairs probably black, just so that they don't look quite so light, just because everything else I have that is wooden is like a darker wood colour. So I'll probably be painting those, but yeah, there's quite a lot in there now, and I think it's looking quite good. This is like the formal dining room sort of area, and I will have the stairs going up the back, so if you imagine those stairs there, so it will be a bit busier because of that. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. So with like full perspective, that's how it looks. The wooden floor actually looks like it's kind of just the floor of the doll's house, if that makes sense. It does blend in quite nicely, and it doesn't look too obvious that it's massive pictures of crates, so that's always a bonus. So now I have this one room left. If you look at my whole doll's house, it looks really out of place just having this one room undecorated. So I'm kind of excited to get that done, so I can just kind of take it off my box and be like, finished. Like, I don't need to worry about decorating anymore other than the attic space, but I'm hoping to make that kind of spooky and dark looking and just really like cluttered in there, so I'm not really going to worry too much about decorating like the walls. I've decorated the floor of the attic. But yeah, so now I'm gonna do this room. I'm thinking maybe like a damp wallpaper, sort of similar I guess to this wallpaper I used in the bedroom. What do you think? I think I'm gonna have to go for like something quite formal, maybe a carpet in there. I mean, we've got a red carpet and we have a purple carpet, so I'm gonna have a look at the other felt which I have, but I may end up just doing another purple one or another red one just because I really like those colours. But actually I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna go get the carpet, I'm gonna go have a look at the colours, and then I would choose the wallpaper depending on the palette. So I need to take all of this stuff out now. This probably, no, I'd say that room has the most in, but this room has quite a lot of stuff to take out, so I'm gonna take that all out first, put it on the side, and then I'll be able to work in there. Okay, so I'm having a slight dilemma. I tried to do a poll on Instagram and for some reason it's just not working. It just keeps uploading as a regular picture. The poll bit doesn't work. But basically I've got this blue fabric which is really scrappy. I hardly have like any big bits. It's all like tiny bits like this. It's just like one long really tiny bit. And I have like loads of this fabric which is like a light purple, and I just can't decide what colour to go for. I definitely feel like the purple is really like pastel. It just reminds me of like pastel goth kind of a vibe, and I want it to be more spooky. So I guess like the blue could be more like night sky, and I'm also kind of thinking like the blue will go with the blue walls as well. I just really can't decide which one to do. I also like try to look at the furniture. Like I kind of feel like the furniture will go with both, but I'm just leaning towards the blue. Please tell me I'm making the right decision doing this blue. What do I do? So I'm gonna lay out the blue. I've decided, okay, I'm making a consecutive decision for all of you guys because I can't get your opinion through the camera to do blue. I'm gonna lay it out. Hopefully I have enough, and if not, we have no choice but to go with the purple. Okay, so I've added the blue. I'm quite pleased with how it goes. I think it goes quite well with the colour of the walls in the bedroom above. It was a right struggle using the blue, just because this was literally the only bit which wasn't, I just put my hand right in the paint. This was the only bit that wasn't like cut to pieces. There were some holes in it which I had to fill up. You can't really see them. Well, you kind of can see them. I had to fill them. There's one here and there's one here. But I'm hoping once I get the furniture in, they'll just kind of disappear. So what I just ruined, which I did, is I painted along the edge. So let me just touch that up. So yeah, basically where it was really limited, the amount of fabric I had, you can stretch felt to some degree, which is why I love using it for the carpets, just because it is a bit easier. But basically the issue is it doesn't come all the way to the end, so you may be able to see that it goes in very slightly there. So what I've just done, I did it the same on this side, is I just painted the top bit black so that where it didn't come right to the edge, it wasn't too obvious. Like from a distance you probably wouldn't notice it, again with the red at the top. So I've just done the same with the blue. Obviously it's a lot more noticeable because it's wet at the moment, but hopefully once it sort of dries it will be looking a bit better. So now I'm going to go have a look for some wallpaper. I'm thinking maybe a darker wallpaper will work quite nicely in this room, just because you've got the blue. So I've just literally realised that this wallpaper underneath probably would have gone really nice with the blue. But I guess it's quite nice to have like blue above and below, like it will kind of fit in. And there is no actual light purple, so I'm really pleased that I did go for the blue, because there's no kind of other bits of light purple in this house. Okay, so I've just painted these. They're the little like banistery things that sit in front of the stairs, I guess is what you'd say they are. My stairs are still being glued at the moment, but I thought I'd paint these just so they could dry on the side. And then this is the wallpaper which I found. I just found it on Pinterest again. I think it's actually a fabric print, but basically I just got 6 of them and lined them up and printed them out. I did originally print it like this, but as you can see it looks quite blurry, so I changed the saturation on Word and changed the sharpness a little bit, and I kind of made them a little bit more detailed. So I'm going to go through this again, cut it all out, and then I can stick it on the walls, and then all of my wallpapering will be done, which I'm very excited for, because it is, out of everything, the most frustrating and time consuming to do. Oh, I finally have finished doing the wallpaper. For some reason that one took way longer than normal. I think it may be where my legs are just getting super tired from sitting cross-legged, but yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. The print, although it is slightly blurry, you can like definitely tell what it is like from a distance. I'm not really sure how well that it's gonna pick up on camera, but like you can definitely tell that it's pumpkins. And I think like overall it goes well. You've got like the oranges like matching there, you've got like the blues, as I said, matching that room, and also the blues down there, and I guess the oranges match up. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So I'm gonna put everything back in there now, and I do need to add the stairs in as well. I think I'm going to just put the items back in first, because it won't be too hard to actually put the stairs in. I can just take out the sofa and stuff. But I have put the fireplace in, as you can see. That candle is driving me insane. It keeps falling off. Right, I'm going to stick that candle back down very calmly, and then I'm going to put everything back in. The only thing that's kind of annoying me is that there are these like 2 strips. There's like a strip there of wood, and then there's like another one underneath, like when you're going down from the other layer, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should leave them or not, because I just, oh, it's really annoying. Should I paint them? I may paint them black. Yes, I'm gonna paint them black, stick the candle down, and then put all the furniture back in. Okay, so I've added the furniture back in. I think the colours work quite nicely in there, so this is how it looks overall. Just ignore my phone, I've got Netflix on. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that looks. It definitely looks a lot more put together now that those 2 rooms are decorated. I am thinking maybe you're doing something different in the roof. Like this part is kind of annoying me now, but I'm just gonna leave it. Like the roof, let's put it this way, the roof is like not my priority. Like these rooms are like my favorite rooms. These are the ones I want to sort of get sorted first, and then I'm gonna go do the roof like last, I think. But yeah, I'm going to see if there's any like little stickers or anything I can add. I may add like a bat above the door or something. And then what I think I'm going to do is move this into the other room. It's now like all the messy like actual putting stuff in is kind of done. Now it's more making little things to go inside. But I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. The reason why that mirror is on a jaunty angle is because it's meant to be in the bedroom. But I'm just waiting for the stairs and stuff to be done. I may go check and see if they finished gluing. If they have, I will paint them and install them, and then I can put these like banistery things on them, and then it will literally all be assembled then and ready to go. So that mirror is in there for that reason. Another thing I did do actually while I was gone was I got this little bit of like spiderweb fabric and I put it over the table. I know everything looks like a bomb's hit it, there's something's fallen down at the back and the coffin shelf's been moved. Everything just needs a good old tidy. So I think plan of action for today will be go see if the stairs are ready, go just paint the stairs black. I may put down these stairs I did put some red carpet. May do that just down the stairs, put them in, which is just a case of slotting them. Maybe glue those things in if they're dry, and then move it into the other room, give it a tidy up, and I think that'll probably do for today. It has, it's been quite a long day. Obviously I have been doing other stuff, but it has taken quite a long time. Decorate the floor and the walls, which is why I was putting it off, but I'm glad it's done, and I'm really pleased with the blue. I'm glad I picked the blue. I feel like it goes really well. I think the purple would have been a little bit too purple. Okay, so both of my sets of stairs are now fixed. I'm just going to give them a quick lick of paint. What basically had happened is all of these like little things had fallen out and they all needed to be glued back and put the rail on and these bits at the bottom. So my dad was doing it and I was missing one, which was really frustrating. So I was just going to have like someone falling out the stairs, but my dad made me a replacement one. You can probably spot it right in the middle, but it looks really, really similar. I think once I've painted it, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, but yeah. I'm going to paint those now. I'm going to put a nice bit of felt down them to give them that little red carpet effect, and then I can put them in, and I'll be really excited to actually get these in because it seems like ages and ages and ages that I've been meaning to do this. So I'm going to paint them now. It's just started raining outside. It'll give me something fun to do. So I painted all of these things now, and I also painted this table and chairs. Again, it was a gloss, so unlike that time where I very frustratingly painted a gloss thing and it didn't work with my normal like classroom water-based paints, I used an acrylic paint. I know that I could have like sanded it and it would have worked, but these pieces are like so intricate. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use an acrylic paint. So that's why it looks kind of weird at the moment, just because it's sort of drying and I've like dabbed all over it. But it's nearly there. It's sort of, I've done my second coat and it's starting to look a lot better. I don't mind if it does look a little bit shabby, just because I think that's going to add to the whole effect. But those are just drying. I thought I'd do it since I've got paint everywhere already. And these are pretty much dry. I just touched up the inside. So I'm going to go get some red felt now and cut the strips and then stick it down the stairs. Then I can put them into my doll's house. I was meant to be going out tonight, but I'm not now. So I'm not so much of, like, I'm not in so much of a rush, basically. So I'm just taking my time, getting a few things done. I'm going to put these in, and then as I said, I'm going to wheel it into the room and tidy it up. And we'll see what time it is then. I also realised I haven't painted the, like, little kind of fireplace, like, what do you call them? Like fire funnels, chimneys. I haven't painted the chimneys yet. I've got two of those chimneys, so I need to paint both of those. I think I need to paint them like black so that it correlates with the things on the front of the house. So I still need to do that at some point, but I'm not too worried about that yet. Let's focus on the inside. So I've got the stairs in now and I'm so happy with how they look. I actually glued them in, and then the little kind of bars at the front, like that little kind of square bit there, I also glued that down as well. The same with up there, just because I didn't want them to fall around when I was moving it. So I've stuck those in. I'm so happy with how it's turning out. It actually kind of looks like really proper now. Like, now it's got the stairs, everything's just coming together, and I've done like the main construction stuff. So I feel like this is a really big turning point in this whole creation, because as you know, we started off with a shell and now all of the rooms are like properly decorated. I know I haven't done the ceilings. I'm still unsure what I'm doing with the ceilings. I know I'm going to put a light on there, like on each ceiling eventually. But I just don't know, so I've just sat down. It's got really late, it's really dark outside now. But I just sat down with a load of stuff that I just had kind of collected to go in my doll's house. So I thought I'd just put a few things in. Okay, so I've moved it back into the spare room where I usually keep it. It's super easy to move now that it's on wheels. And I've kind of sorted everything out. If you can't tell by the brightness as well, it is the next day. I moved it in last night and then a whole load of kerfuffle went down, so I've just put everything back in today and made one new thing to go in there. So basically I've put the coffin in from my recent Gypsy Vibe jewelry haul. This is the chandelier which needs to be decorated, and then I've put like a poster up on there, like a Halloween one. I've decided I'm going to make this like a kids room. Well, I say kids room, I'm going to base it kind of off my room and have just loads of stuff all over the walls, so that's kind of what that's going to end up like. This room's pretty much how it was before. I guess actually if I take you into the back, you can see there's a little ghost there, and there are some like vintage style black cats. In fact, it's probably best if I shine my torch in so I can show you, but I've put some cats there and a ghost there, so they're kind of like stair decorations. And then the bathroom, again, is pretty much the same. I did add some Happy Halloween bunting up there and a sticker which I got from Kristen, but yeah, other than that everything is pretty much the same. Oh, I did put that weird blanket towel thing I made on the towel rack. So here is this room with all the stairs and stuff attached now. Here's how that is all turning out, and I do still need to put the gargoyle on the roof. And then I made this little cross stitch wall hanging to stick on the wall basically. So I've just been doing that today. I hope you guys didn't mind me just not filming the process, but it was like the exact same process as making that little pumpkin mat, but I just stuck some string on. So I will leave a link down to the cross stitch pumpkin rug in case you would like to see it and you missed it. But yeah, that's stuck on the wall just to give it a little bit more decorations. I put a few little glass bottles in that thing at the back. Oh yeah, and I put those little biscuits on the table, but other than that, that's pretty much the same. Again with this room, just tiny little things. I added this skeleton guy which Kristen gave me at the back, and also this like bestial like style black cat. It's like a scratch cat which I actually got in a Halloween letter ages ago from Laurie, so I don't know if you still watch, but thank you for that. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I have also added like things above the door, so I've added one there that says spooky. On this side there is like a bat. Here there is nothing. Here there is nothing, but down here there is one that says spooky time. So the kitchen, I definitely feel like it needs some work. I would love to put like little spooky drawings and stuff on the fridge and just sort it out, but I think because it's like so far down, like because it's at the bottom, I don't really see it, so I can't really, like from, this is sort of what it looks like from where I'm sitting, you just can't really see it, so I don't think I pay that much attention to the kitchen, but there's lots of things I would like to do in there. And then finally, we have this room, which is definitely coming together. The paint job on that table and chairs looks horrific in this lighting. It actually looks alright in like normal light, but for some reason it's coming out super blotchy, but I kind of want it to look aged anyway, so that's what the table and chairs looks like. I have put this little thing on the wall that says scary, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Obviously the fireplace still needs to be sorted out, but that is how the room kind of turned out, and I'm really pleased with the flooring. I definitely wasn't too sure about it, but actually I think it works super nicely. So yeah, that's everything which is new in my doll's house and how it's kind of turning out. The roof definitely needs work, and then the bottom floors need work. I think these like 4mm ones are nearly done in the aspects of like the main things. Obviously I still need to put stuff on like the shelves and stuff. At the moment they've just got like pumpkins and books. Things I'd really like to do is to decorate the little like pretend doll's house that's in the doll's house, and make it look more spooky. So let me know if you would like to see that. Thank you very much much for watching. I'm so pleased with the progress of this. I did start doing this doll's house literally, I think it was the first week that I started my summer holiday from uni, and I'm now on my last week, so I'm really pleased with the progress of this and how far it's come over just this summer holiday. And it's really kind of kept me sane. Quite often in summer holidays I go a little bit crazy because I just can't find things to do, so yeah, it's been really nice to have like a constant like little crafty thing to be working on, and it gives you so much opportunity because it's not all the same craft. As you've seen, there's like actual wood crafts, there's decorating crafts, there's making things from scratch, there's fabric crafts, got a little bit of cross stitch in there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens next. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you enjoy the shade, and I'll see you next time.